All right, so today we're going to talk about why you have not achieved your goals. Now, I know that my face is really illuminating. It makes it look like I'm the mirror from Snow White. Trust me, it's just the lighting, okay? So, first up, why haven't you achieved your goals? I want to go over the first one, which is fear. So, fear is the fear of failure, the fear of success for some people, the fear of the imposter syndrome. It is a lot of things. Fear is one of the number one reasons why most people do not ever succeed in their goals. The reason why is because people have too much stock in what this actually does for people. So the normal person for fear is they will be here, they will smile, and they will say, I want to achieve this goal. But then they have a fear of, well, what happens after? What happens during? What happens before? And they go and they say, well, what will my friends think? And they have this fear of, because they succeeded, that other people will judge them differently. And my counterpoint to that is, you should only care about three people: God, your parents / family, and the people who are paying you, really. And even the people who are paying you, you can replace them. So really, it's only two people. Fear is definitely hard to overcome. I personally have a fear of not only perfectionism disguised as procrastination, which we'll get into later, but also the fear of, oh, well, I look stupid and cringe. Well, I'm here to tell you that you just gotta full-on send it. You just gotta full-on do it. Just do it is Nike's motto, so just do it. As Shia LaBeouf says, make your dreams come true. Okay. Let's move on to the next one, lack of knowledge. So, lack of knowledge is when you're first starting and you have no idea what you're doing. You see other people doing it and you say, I want to do it. You mainly see this with drop shipping, marketing, sales, and I'm just going to say business in general. So you see people online saying, I've made 10K per month in 30 days. I'm just going to say right now, there are probably only about 1 to 3% of people who actually do that. The rest of them are full-on BSing you, okay? It is very hard as a very novice, new person onto the market to make immediately 10K a month unless you have an godly amount of sales ability, or you have really good marketing skills, or your network is already strong. Most likely, the third option is for the people on YouTube. They're very, very good with their network. They're very, very good at marketing, and they follow the strategy of sell the shovel, not the gold. Okay? So with the lack of knowledge, people go and they say, well, if this person can do 10K a month in 30 days, I can too. But they don't have the prerequisite knowledge. It's like me wanting to build a rocket to launch up into the moon. But I don't know anything about the quantum mechanics. I don't know anything about the engineering. I don't know anything about the mathematics behind it. And so I would just be staring at the chalk wall and saying to myself, what am I doing? And a lot of people, when they start doing this with their lack of knowledge, they will see their goal. So I'm just going to put another smiley face, and they will see their goal, 2 arrows to represent both eyes. They will see their goal, but it will be so full of doubt that they will then not do it because the trade-off is tough. It's too tough. They will say, I don't know it, I'm stupid, I won't do it. It's the opposite of the Dunning-Kruger effect, where it goes like this, right? So they don't even get to this part. They don't even get to it. And if they do, then they then fall off the cliff. And they don't realize that right here, that's the end game. But they don't realize that. Instead, they quit right here, right? They quit right here. Okay? So lack of knowledge. Lack of confidence. I touched on this a little bit earlier, but the lack of confidence comes from mainly what I've seen in communities is the lack of your grasp of the knowledge base. And you then have the imposter syndrome. Oh, I can't do this. I can't charge $5,000 for a web project. I can't charge $2,000 for a retainer. I can't charge $1,000. And it's just this constant negative feedback loop, right? I want to write that down. Negative feedback loop. And what ends up happening is you will have, because of the lack of confidence, you will have this negative feedback loop where if you even, let's just say you don't doubt yourself. Let's just say you say, I can do a 3K, let's just say design project, right? But then you post something on Twitter and you don't get any responses. You post something on LinkedIn and you don't get any responses. And you're just like, shit, did this project really bomb? Did my mock-up fail horribly? Did I mess up? And then this lack of confidence becomes this negative feedback loop. And this negative feedback loop then affects your confidence. And then you say, well, I want it to be a really good, let's just say your goal was, I want to learn Webflow. And I want to do really, really well with Webflow because I eventually want to live off 10K a month as a solo entrepreneur. All fine and dandy. But then you realize no one really wants your projects. No one's offering you their money, their wallet. And you just go, shit, did I really just make a mistake? And then you just have this infinite negative feedback loop. And the way to break it is to just keep going and to change it up by knowing, okay, 1 did not work, but 2 did, and double down, multiply on it, multiply, all right? And then you, from there, make more 2s instead of the 1s. You will still have 1s, though. Don't get me wrong. You will still have 1s that fail, but you will have eventually more 2s. And then the 2s will spawn into 3s, where people are already looking. They're looking for you because of the 2s. But you don't get there you don't get to the 3. You don't get here until you get to the 2. But you can't stop at the 1. You can't stop, right? So whatever you do, don't quit. You can always pivot, but don't quit, all right? So since we're on it, perfectionism. This is the one that probably is my biggest kryptonite personally, is this perfectionism of, well, it's got to be perfect, right? My portfolio has got to be perfect. My ad has got to be perfect. One of the nice things that I learned very quickly when doing Google Ads was you will have a lot of experiments. It's all this experimentation game. Test A, test B, and test C. The likelihood that all 3 of them succeed are very low. So let's just say that A did not do too well, B did not do too well, but C had a nice 5% conversion rate, which is freaking amazing, all right? But let's just say then you go from C and you make C1, C2, C3. This is going back to the negative confidence loop, right? So, but this perfectionism will stop you. It will stop you in your tracks. It will say, well, shoot, C isn't perfect just yet, so let me just forget about all that. No. You got to stop yourself, and you just got to say, launch it. If you spend any time on Twitter with founders, they will just say, ship it, bro, ship it. And they're right. You got to understand, what is the market telling you? You will have, let's just say, product 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9. Oh, but the gold is the gold is product 10. Ah, shoot. The gold is product 10. It's 10. But it took you 9 tries. Nope. No. But 10. But you can't get there with perfectionism, because perfectionism will never allow you to get past 1, let alone get to 10. And so one of the strategies I'm working on is I am literally just posting it. Now, it has to be good, it has to be decent, it has to follow the fundamentals. But if you just keep posting your designs, your ads, your marketing, your sales, scripts, whatever, you will get better at it. And you got to eventually say, no, perfectionism, not today. I'm just going to full on do it. All right? Next one is delaying. Now, this one is more for business oriented, getting started with business. So you'll have people who say, I'll wait. I'll wait until the time's right. So you'll see this a lot with, again, businesses. No, I don't have time. I don't have time. It's tough. I don't have time. And yet they will be on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, and they will just completely keep scrolling on their phones, and yet they'll say, oh, I don't have time. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Now, delaying your goal is just putting it off. And you will see this with fitness, where people say, oh, I'm going to get a fit body. And they start in January. And they go up until about February or March. And then they quit. I don't know what the statistics are for goal quitting, but they will just push it off. And they'll go, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow is the enemy. You need to focus on what you can do today. What are some of your accomplishments today that further your goal, that further into your mission? All right? Because if you keep delaying, all of a sudden the year's ended and you have done squat. So think about that before you delay. And anytime you want to delay, you literally just sit and think, is this what I should be doing? And one of the quotes that that just completely blew my mind was a quote where it was a tweet saying, imagine you have a camera crew following you around and they were recording your story. Imagine if you spent just 4 to 5, 6, 8 hours a day on your phone. I mean, it would be a boring movie. No, instead you got to be working on projects. You got to be out and about talking to people. You got to be living life. So it's just something to think about instead of delaying your goals. Last one is others' opinion. It's you versus you. It will always be you versus you. Yeah, other people will comment. Other people will say blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. But it's just you. Let me write you. It's you versus you. You are the king of your kingdom, or queen of your queendom, if that's even a word. But other people, yeah, good. Use the mentors, use the comments, negative or positive, but just understand that it's you versus you. No one else wants to complete your goal. I don't want to do your goal, and you don't want to do my goal. So why are you putting so much stock into other people's opinion? It doesn't make sense. And that's what I'll leave you with today. The 6 reasons why you probably haven't achieved your goals this year in 2025. I hope you get something out of this, and I hope you achieve your goals, because I know personally I am working towards my goal. And my goal is I want to have my mission fully set up. And my mission, which is somewhat of my goal, is to make good money, which is for me about $8 to $12K per month, and be able to have freedom of travel, freedom to live wherever. That is my mission, and my goal is I need to have a business, a freelance business. And so how does my goal impact my mission? Well, my goal is the fuel, it's the money. And so my goal is I need to get some clients. And then from there it's mini goals. If you want to learn more about goals, I highly recommend the book The One Thing. I forget who the author is, but it's a very, very great book about just doing one thing at a time that still impacts your goal. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. If you are interested in my web design services, click the link in the description below. And if you are really interested in rebranding your website or getting design worked, I highly recommend you click on the link that I'm going to pin in the comments to check out 7 sins that your website is committing right now that impacts your leads, your sales, and could make you look amateurish. All right, bye-bye.